Despite how popular Musk has become in pop culture, there's still so much people don't know about him. But that's about to change. In this video, we'll share with you some amazing facts about the SpaceX CEO that you probably didn't know. With that said, let's dive right into the action. The MCU's Tony Stark was inspired by Elon Musk. It's no coincidence that Elon Musk is often dubbed the real-life Tony Stark. They have similarities because the MCU depiction of Tony Stark was actually modeled after none other than Elon Musk. In fact, in the first Iron Man movie, Tony Stark has a gray Tesla Roadster in his garage. But it gets even more interesting. Did you know that certain parts of the Iron Man 2 were shot at SpaceX headquarters in California? And after this, Elon Musk made a very brief cameo in the film in a scene where he says something to Tony Stark about an electric jet. For this role, Robert Downey Jr., who played the role of Iron Man in the movie, said that the personality of Elon Musk helped him get into character for his role as Iron Man. But this isn't the only time the billionaire has taken on a minor acting role. In an episode of The Simpsons, Elon Musk appeared as himself in an episode titled The Musk Who Fell to Earth. In the episode, the creators make fun of the ideas and inventions of the billionaire. Later in 2015, Musk appeared on The Big Bang Theory, where he appeared as himself in a soup kitchen with Wolowitz. In the spin-off of The Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, Elon Musk appeared again as himself in November 2017. Musk ran a nightclub just so he could pay his rent. While still studying at the University of Pennsylvania, Musk and his roommate Adeo Ressi decided to rent a large house and turn it into a nightclub. It wasn't a small house either. According to Vogue, the house could hold over 1,000 people. Ressi mentioned that there would be nights when the party would be going crazy, but Elon would be nowhere to be found. And as soon as Ressi knocked on his door, Elon would be right there, playing a video game. He was so quiet that his parents thought he was deaf. Elon Musk was heavily bullied as a child, and apparently he was hospitalized after one fight with his bullies. He was so quiet and introspective that his peers could yell at him and jump around right next to him, and he wouldn't even notice. Because of this tendency to zone out, his parents actually ordered tests to see if he was deaf. It turns out Elon wasn't deaf. He was just simply daydreaming and visualizing problems and how to solve them. His mother, May Musk, describes it like this: "He goes into his brain and then you just see he's in another world. He still does that. Now I just leave him be because I know he's designing a new rocket or something." There were other signs of his genius too. At the age of 9, Elon had read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica, something that usually takes an adult a good number of years to accomplish. He plans to give most of his wealth away. Elon Musk is currently one of the most innovative leaders in the world and has also been a consistent name on Forbes' list of richest people in the world for several years. He's also willing to give most of his wealth to charity, as he signed the Giving Pledge, which is a promise to give away half of his wealth to philanthropic causes. Most of Elon's wealth is tied up in his stake in his companies though, which is why he has pledged to sell $100 million of Tesla stock every few years in order to donate it to charity, and once Tesla is more stable, he'll take it even further. One of the things he's donated to is the Ad Astra, which is a new and innovative method of education for children. He's been married 3 times and has 7 children. Behind the cameras and billions of dollars, Elon Musk had a pretty stormy personal life. For a long time, Elon Musk refused to share details about his personal life, even saying in 2010 that he'd rather stick a fork in his hand than write about his personal life. However, in 2017, the billionaire did talk a little bit about his personal life in an interview with Neil Strauss for Rolling Stone. Elon Musk first got married in 2000 to Justine Wilson, a Canadian author he met while studying at Queen's University. The couple eventually got separated in 2008 after 6 children. Unfortunately, their first son, Alexander Musk, died at the age of 10 weeks from sudden infant death syndrome. After the divorce, Elon Musk began dating Talulah Riley, an English actress who's appeared in movies like Pride and Prejudice and Inception. 2 years after they started dating, the couple married in 2010, only to get divorced 2 years later. Oddly enough, they got married again in 2013. Finally, in 2016, Musk and Riley divorced for the final time after 6 months of living separately. After the second divorce, Musk started dating Amber Heard in 2017, and it was rumored that he'd been interested in her since 2012. Much later, after Elon and Heard had gone their separate ways, Elon was accused of dating Heard while she was still married to Johnny Depp. He has never confirmed or denied this part though. In 2018, Musk revealed to the world that he was now dating Grimes, a Canadian musician. Their first child came in May 2020, a boy, which was interestingly named X-A12. His salary at Tesla is just $1. How much did you imagine Elon Musk would be making from Tesla? Millions of dollars per year, right? It looks like he actually gets paid a measly $1 at Tesla. And this isn't his monthly, but his annual salary. This doesn't mean that the CEO makes no money from the electric car company. He makes the bulk of his money from the shares he owns in the company. But still, it's worth noting that there was a point in time when the CEO struggled to make ends meet at university and he had to survive by buying hot dogs and oranges in bulk. Apparently, he had only $1 a day to live on back then. He taught himself programming. Many billionaires are very intelligent individuals, and Elon Musk is no different. At the age of 12, Elon Musk taught himself how to read computer programming languages and also how to code. He was an introverted child, and for every moment he spent indoors, he was busy learning something. In fact, at the young age of 12, he sold the code of a video game he made for $500 to Computer Magazine. The video game was named Blaster and is inspired by space and science fiction. Even though this wasn't a major hit back then, it did show how much young Elon loved space and advanced technology. Interestingly, if you're interested in seeing what the game looks like, it's still available to play online today. He wanted to sell Tesla at one point. Tesla is successful and is worth billions of dollars today. But it wasn't always this way. In 2013, it appeared like the company was destined for failure, and even Elon Musk, who's known to be quite optimistic, didn't see any reason to continue running the company. Thinking that his best option was to sell and instantly cash out with a deal, Elon Musk reached out to Larry Page, the CEO of Alphabet, to buy Tesla for $11 billion. The deal was unsuccessful, and it's safe to assume that now Elon Musk is pretty glad it was. There are also rumors that he reached out to Tim Cook, the CEO of Twitter, but Tim has admitted that he wasn't willing to meet Elon Musk at the time. He dropped out of Stanford University. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Richard Branson, Larry Ellison, and Steve Jobs have two major things in common. First, they're all billionaires, and the second is that every one of these people dropped out of college. Just like these guys, Elon Musk also dropped out of university. Musk initially had a degree in physics and economics from Pennsylvania, and he then decided to get his PhD in applied physics at Stanford University. But after just 2 days, he dropped out of Stanford to launch an internet startup. With his brother Kimball Musk, he started the Zip2 Corporation, a company that was responsible for providing licensed online city guides to newspaper publishers. 4 years after he founded the startup, he sold the company to Compaq in 1999 for $300 million. Tesla could have been called Faraday. The electric car company Tesla was named after none other than Nikola Tesla, a Serbian-American inventor, scientist, and engineer. Many consider him to be one of the greatest scientists in history. Despite Nikola Tesla's brilliance, he didn't receive the appreciation he deserved during his lifetime, something that Tesla as a company also experienced. When Elon Musk first started making electric cars, nobody believed that the car would turn mainstream. In fact, only a few investors were willing to pump their money into the company. But this wasn't the only problem the company had. Right before the name was even approved, Elon Musk had a very hard time securing the rights to the name Tesla. He said that if he hadn't been able to get the rights to Tesla, he would have named the company Faraday, after the British scientist Michael Faraday. With all that being said, we've come to the end of this video. Do you think we missed out on any interesting details about Elon Musk? Don't hesitate to share your thoughts with us in the comments. Elon Musk has disrupted and conquered every market he stepped foot in, but today we're going to talk about his latest venture, the Tesla badged restaurant. It all started back in 2018 when Elon tweeted that he was going to set up a 50s-style restaurant at one of the new Tesla supercharger stations in California. Elon tweeted on January 7, 2018, quote, "Gonna put an old-school drive-in, roller skates, and rock restaurant at one of the new Tesla supercharger locations in LA." Elon Musk also confirmed in subsequent tweets that his Tesla restaurant would also show clips from the 100 best classic movies. But what's even cooler than that is that Tesla drivers may be able to see the restaurant's menu on their car's infotainment systems as soon as they pull into the joints. The tweets made headlines and got a bunch of attention back in 2018, mainly because they were tweeted by Elon Musk himself. But things went quiet after a few months, after the tweets and people started to take it as a joke. But later that year, Tesla applied for the permit in Santa Monica for a combination of restaurants and supercharger stations, and after that, it was confirmed that Elon Musk was not kidding about the restaurant. Things went quiet again, but that all changed last month when Tesla applied for a trademark with the identification Restaurant Services, Pop-up Restaurant Services, Self-Service Restaurant Services, and Takeout Restaurant Services with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. The application is currently awaiting examination, and an attorney will review it within the next 3 months. These are things that have been confirmed by the CEO. Tesla is currently working on a solution at the site of Santa Monica Boulevard to finalize the design. It could very well be a vast supercharging station with an option for dining and takeaway. You'd be able to order food from your Tesla screen as soon as you enter the site and either sit in the car while while it's charging and wait for your food to be served in the car, or go to the dining area and enjoy your meal there. This information was confirmed by Elon Musk through a tweet. Major new supercharger station coming to Santa Monica soon. Hoping to have 50s Diner and 100 Best Movie clips playing too. Thanks, Santa Monica City. Designs show that Tesla is creating the station with solar shelters and other facilities. There will be lavatories on site as well as 62 superchargers, making it one of the largest supercharger stations. Musk also confirmed, as we talked earlier, that the restaurant will be retro-themed and waiters will be serving food to the clients on roller skates while they charge their Teslas. But it's not just Elon who's been teasing information about the restaurant, but other board members have also talked about the possibility of Tesla opening a restaurant chain on their supercharger network. J.B. Straubel, Tesla's CTO, also indicated in the FSTEC conference back in 2017 that the firm was considering entering the restaurant market. He said the company wanted to turn the supercharger stations into full convenience stores that also served food. While he talked about how Tesla and customers could benefit from the idea, he also showed his concerns about the project and how difficult it could be to enter a new market for Musk by saying, stepping into an entirely new arena will be a boon or curse for Elon Musk. But the question is it a good idea for a tech genius to enter the food market? And is it a good investment? Well, the answer is yes. The fast food market size was valued at $691 billion back in 2019 and is expected to reach $931.7 billion by 2027. In the United States, the fast food market was a whopping $200 billion in 2015. When we consider these numbers, it becomes rather clear why Elon Musk wants to enter the food market. Tesla has always prioritized customer care. Thus, Elon Musk has put over 25,000 individual and over 1,826 supercharger stations worldwide in just 16 years of the company's lifespan to compete with gas stations. These include 908 stations in the US, 98 in Canada, 16 in Mexico, 520 in Europe, and 398 in the Asia-Pacific region. This network of supercharging stations provides a great opportunity for the company to expand the business and provide both charging and dining to the customers at the same place and time. This would also add up to the customer experience, which is very crucial for Tesla. The only hurdle for the company would be the food, as neither the company or Elon Musk has any previous record with the food industry. But there's a possibility that Tesla could team up with another company for the project. But even if he doesn't, Elon Musk has shown in the past how fast he can learn and conquer any industry. One of the best examples of this, of course, is SpaceX. Musk had no previous record in running a space company, but he managed to make it a revolutionary one. And if he can handle the spacecrafts, I'm pretty sure he can take on some burgers too. Elon Musk also has an option to seek help from his brother Kimball Musk for the project. Kimball Musk has over 2 decades of connection with technology and the food industry. Kimball Musk is currently the co-founder and chairman of 3 food companies: the Kitchen Restaurant Group, a multi-concept restaurant platform focused on sustainable sourcing; Square Roots, an urban farm company bringing tech-enabled hyper-local vertical farming to cities across the United States; and Big Green, a national nonprofit dedicated to pursuing a healthier future for children with special needs. Kimball Musk is now a member of Tesla Inc. and SpaceX board of directors. Kimball also served on the board of directors for Chipotle Mexican Grill. Elon Musk could put his brother's experience to good use to make his own food chain more successful. Kimball and his brother Elon Musk have come a long way. Mr. Kimball actually co-founded Zip2 along with his brother, which, as we talked about earlier, was later sold to Compaq Computers in 1999. Kimball Musk was also one of the early investors in X.com and SpaceX. But you might be thinking, why would an IT specialist like Mr. Kimball take a turn towards the food industry? Well, the answer is quite simple. In the last few decades, the food industry has exploded, making it one of the most profitable industries. To give you an idea, the United States fast food industry increased its revenue from $6 billion to $200 billion in just 4 decades. And the industry is predicted to grow at a rate of 2.5% per year for the next several years. And worldwide, food was valued at $3.4 trillion in 2018 and is expected to grow to $4.2 trillion by 2024. If we consider everything we've discussed so far in this video, it seems like a win-win situation for Tesla and Elon Musk. Tesla is addressing all the customers' complaints about the supercharger stations to provide dining services and entertainment while also taking its business to the next level. If everything goes as planned, Tesla could be making billions from the restaurant chain, and we will also see huge growth in supercharger stations worldwide. Well, if everything goes as planned, we could see a multi-billion-dollar business emerge from the food chain, and we could all be enjoying Tesla burgers and introducing the carbon-wrapped motor, another mind-blowing addition to the new Tesla Model S Plaid's impressive spec list. Ever since Tesla unveiled the Roadster back in 2008, the ambitious company has been the industry leader when it comes to EVs. But with a couple of promising new EV startups trying to steal that throne and a number of well-established automotive companies going electric, everyone was holding their breath while waiting to see if Elon Musk could come up with a proper response. And boy, did he respond. A year ago, in June 2020, Lucid Motors proved to be a serious new contender to Tesla's spot as the premier EV producer when the California-based startup set a new benchmark for aerodynamic efficiency by optimizing the Lucid Air's range and performance. Lucid verified that it had achieved a drag coefficient of 0.21 for the Lucid Air, making it the most aerodynamically efficient vehicle ever, electric or otherwise. And as you'd expect, the Tesla techno king Elon Musk wasn't having this one bit. Elon shattered Lucid's dream, no pun intended, by having a drag coefficient of 0.208. That's 0.002 lower than Lucid Air's, and that's all thanks to the new carbon-wrapped motor in the Tesla Model S Plaid. This marvel in engineering happened to double up as a meme-like jab at Lucid Motors by Tesla and Elon. Tesla is leaving no stone unturned when it comes to EV dominance. And when you see what the new carbon-wrapped motor does to the Model S Plaid, it's scary to think of what the new Roadster will be like. During Tesla's Model S Plaid delivery event on June 10th, Elon highlighted their achievement with the new motor briefly during the presentation. Something that we're really proud of is the new carbon-sleeved rotors for the motor. This is the first time that there's, to the best of my knowledge, been a production electric motor that had a carbon overwrap rotor. The Tesla CEO also pointed out that making the new carbon-sleeved rotors was pretty hard to do since carbon and copper have different rates of thermal expansion. It needs to be wound at extremely high tension in order to achieve a carbon overwrap rotor. Since this wasn't possible with any existing technology or machinery, Tesla went ahead and had a team design and create the machine that makes the rotor. That right there is Tesla in a nutshell. Always trying to solve problems large or small, and this one happened to be pretty large. The new carbon-wrapped motor also gives Tesla an interesting new ability, making the electromagnetic field super efficient while having a tight gap even at extremely high RPM. Someone called Alex, going by the handle @AJ shared his in-depth thoughts on this new surprise feature in electromagnetism that the new motor would bring about on a Twitter post. He also proceeded to ask Elon if the motors are magnetized post-assembly. Elon replied to this post and pointed out that the Tesla Model S Plaid carbon-wrapped motor is the most advanced motor on Earth outside of an unknown lab somewhere. Elon didn't give a direct answer to Alex's question about post-magnetism because, hey, you can't be out here giving all your secrets away. Lucid might be taking notes. He also mentioned that Tesla has a few ideas for increasing torque and max revolutions per minute even further for the new Roadster. Even before getting into the finer details surrounding its engineering and design, the uneducated eye can definitely see that Tesla's new carbon-wrapped motors are revolutionary. The motors are small enough to be picked up by a single person, but at the same time capable of achieving insanely high RPMs. How insane, you might ask? Well, if accelerating a 2-ton vehicle from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds isn't absolutely bonkers, we don't know what is. In another series of tweets, Elon's favorite means of communication, the Tesla CEO went into more detail on the machine they had designed to make the carbon-wrapped motors and also went into detail on how the fiber is wound. The fiber is wound over the rotor at a high-tension load, and the machine used to do this was made by Tesla Automation. Established in 1983 as Grohmann Engineering, Tesla Automation's headquarters are located in Prüm, Germany. Due to the different thermal expansion we talked about earlier, the carbon sleeve needs to put the copper rotor in compression, or it would loosen at low temperatures. As much as skeptics may shrug these new developments to Tesla's engineering as gimmicks, the new and improved motor is not just for show. The main benefit of the new motor is that the carbon sleeve rotor creates a stronger electromagnetic field than a rotor held together by metal. Elon Musk pointed out that ordinarily, these rotors are made with high-strength steel. Another advantage is that the rotor can go to higher revs per minute, mainly since the carbon sleeve prevents the copper rotor from expanding due to radical acceleration. Tesla essentially did a SpaceX and created a land rocket when it fitted its new carbon-wrapped motor inside the Model S Plaid. Thanks to Tesla's super high ambitions and arguably the best engineering team you could ask for, the Model S Plaid is now the quickest production car on Earth. Yes, as hard as it may be to believe, this 4-door electric sedan beats all your McLarens, Bugattis, and Ferraris in a drag race any day of the week. And if you won't take our word for it, then you can go ahead and check out the new slew of videos on YouTube of people pitting nearly every supercar and hypercar you've ever heard of against the Model S Plaid and losing. With the new motor, Tesla Model S Plaid is capable of reaching a speed of up to 60 miles per hour in a mere 1.99 seconds. From what we can tell, experiencing this firsthand is super intense, but yet insanely fun at the same time. According to Elon, this is something that you'll have to feel in order to believe. The heart-wrenching intensity does die down a little bit once you learn how safe the Model S Plaid actually is to drive, but there's definitely no getting used to being zapped from point to point in the blink of an eye. Even then, Elon Musk mentioned that with Model S Plaid, you'd be getting a car that is faster than any Porsche and safer than any Volvos in existence. Talk about the best of both worlds, eh? Tesla is clearly out for blood now when it comes to the EV game, and its habit of breaking records on cue is only going to get better once the Roadster is released in 2022. It'll probably get worse for some people though, particularly if they're also making EVs. Sorry, Ford, Lucid, GM, and pretty much every other car manufacturer really. But until the new Tesla Roadster finally hits the market in 2022, we EV enthusiasts pretty much have our hands full with the Model S Plaid. And if you thought the motor was impressive, wait until you see its crib. The Tesla Model S Plaid is an absolute joy to look at, let alone to drive. Tesla had stated it before, and everyone knew that this would be an update to the Model S. What nobody expected though was the extent of this update. With tweaks and improvements in nearly every facet possible, the Plaid Model S might as well have been a standalone model on its own. Their biggest improvement yet, however, is what we've been gawking about this entire time, the marvel of engineering that is the lightweight electric motor with carbon-sleeved rotors. This enables the Model S Plaid to maintain a staggering 1,000 horsepower from as low as 80 miles per hour right up to 200 miles per hour. In contrast, the Model S 2019 performance model peaks at roughly 700 horsepower at around 40 miles per hour and then trails off progressively as the speed increases. In addition to its crazy quick 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 1.99 seconds, the new souped-up Model S can do a quarter mile in 9.23 seconds, which for reference is even faster than a 2020 Porsche 911 Turbo S, which does it in 10.1 seconds. Tesla fans will be stoked to hear that you can have not one, not two, but up to 3 of these insane motors in your new Model S Plaid. The tri-motor model range is rated at 390 miles, but the cheaper dual-motor version pushes that up slightly to 412 miles, or according to Elon, 420 miles give or take. Recharging times have improved as well, with 187 miles of range available from a 15-minute charge using a 480-volt supercharger. According to Elon, the tri-motor powertrain in the Model S Plaid could also be used in the new highly awaited 2022 Roadster, which could achieve greater performance based on the smaller form factor alone. Now, it looks like Tesla could be improving the powertrain technology too. One thing is certain though. Tesla's new carbon-wrapped motor could be a paradigm shift in how we design and manufacture vehicles in the future. During the Model S Plaid unveil event, Elon said it himself. The vehicle's performance and design have been completely overhauled, giving you the feeling that you're really driving the future. All this praise may make it seem like the original Model S was a flop, but in reality, it was a gem of a car as well. The new Model S Plaid is slightly lower, longer, and lighter than before. The interior has been completely redesigned and is probably the most unrecognizable feature from the original Model S outside the significantly revamped motors. The Plaid's interior is now more luxurious, spacious, and entertaining. Actually, Tesla says that the front seat rails are the only retained parts from the original's interior. A new digital instrument cluster, a landscape-oriented infotainment system that is just as powerful as a PlayStation 5, a new screen for rear passengers, and some nifty hidden HVAC vents make the Model S Plaid a totally different product from its predecessor. Oh, and how could we forget the controversial yoke steering wheel? That'll definitely take some time to get used to. All in all, the Tesla Model S Plaid seems to be the king of the EV pack right now. What do you think about Tesla's new carbon-wrapped motor? Will there be any competition for Elon Musk and Tesla when it comes to EV motor design and performance in the future? Do you think Tesla will integrate its new state-of-the-art motor into its other EV models? Let us know all this in